Hello everybody, Всем привет. Now I'm going to be working on the troop movement and the stack merging system. Basically, if you want to split your troops, if you want to move troops between the hero and the castle garrison, this is the functionality we're working on. And I gave the AI this image, and I just dumped in a whole bunch of code and some of my documentation as well, and then gave it my usual prompt. I'm working on rebuilding the game engine for Heroes 1 from 1995. I got the castle screen working. I want to be able to move, and actually I just got recruitment of troops working in the castle. So the first thing I want to do is to be able to move creatures between the hero army slots and the castle garrison. So this is what I want to be able to do. Oh, sound cut out there. Or between slots in the hero army to rearrange the order, or to be able to move creatures between garrison slots in the castle to rearrange the order. If I click on a unit stack in the castle and click on another unit stack, the two units should swap places. If I click on a unit stack in the hero army and another unit stack in the hero army, the two units should swap places. If I click on a hero unit and a castle unit, they should swap places. If I click on a castle unit and a hero unit, they should swap places. However, if two creature types are identical, for example, the castle has a unit and the hero has the same unit, then I want to merge or combine the stacks together into one quantity stack automatically. The selected creature is highlighted with a red box, as you can see from the photo. This photo here, the red box. And the sprite for that selection box is available in strip ICN 0001. So this is the red selection box here in the strip ICN image frames. So if I have a creature selected in either the garrison or the hero army slots and I hold down shift, I want to bring up a dialog enabling me to split the stack to another empty space in the castle or in the hero garrison. If it is moving troops from the hero's army to the garrison, there will be a dialog box that starts off with the text, move how many creatures, troops from hero's army to garrison. If it's moving troops from the garrison to the hero's army, there will be a dialog box that will start off with the text, move how many creature named troops from the garrison to the hero's army. And then I describe the pixel offsets. Below that, about 8 pixels, there's a box, and you can increment the quantity. The maximum is the number of creatures, except if it is being transferred from a hero's army to a garrison, and the hero only has one stack of creatures in their army for empty slots otherwise. Then the max creature number is creatures minus 1, as the hero must have one stack of one creature minimum. Then I highlight basically the same structure as I used in the recruit logic. So if we go to this, I basically explained the same logic here with this box as I copied my prompt from when I generated that box, and actually this number to buy is legacy that's left over from that prompt. So that's a bit of a prompting error. And then I want the OK at the cancel bottom of the dialog box. And for your reference, in the future, I expect to be rearranging the troops in the hero screen and also have the hero exchange screen, which is not yet built, but when two heroes meet, they can swap troops. So it might make sense to have this be a separate function like TroopMove or something like that. I'd also like to be able to select troops and move them from one slot to an empty slot, or swap two troop units in the hero screen. So it reads it over. It's going to come up with TroopMove, CPP, TroopMove.h. Pretty straightforward. It's its own module, this TroopMove system. If I'm going to reuse it later in the castle screen, the hero screen, or a future exchange screen, then it's just going to use these same functions. Comes up with slot addressing. Explains the logic, quick overview of that. How the shift plus second click opens the split dialog, the selection highlights, and then also the hero screen is updated. So I had some minor bug with this where it wasn't included. That was pretty obvious actually. I just forgot to add it in there. And what I have up now is the buggy version. So when I clicked, I don't know if you saw that, when I clicked on the hero screen and I tried to highlight one of the creatures to swap. So here I can do this in the castle just fine. I can move these back and forth. I can combine the stacks. I can even split the stacks here. So this is cool. We can recruit some creatures, combine the stacks, we can split them back. But when I go into Castor here, well actually I can't go into Castor now through this. So I lost the ability to click through the locator. That's weird. And then if I go in here and I highlight it, just watch really fast because it's going to disappear. I click on this and that highlights the creature, but as soon as I release that click, then it's and what's funny is it's still selected when I come back to the screen later. So there's something weird that's not quite working right with the hero screen. And yeah, and it only shows as long as the LMB is pushed down, so it doesn't open anymore. And then if I enter the hero screen through the so this was the locator screen. Through the locator on the map screen, it only shows as long as the LMB is pushed down, so it doesn't, that screen doesn't actually open. So I can show what that means. So here, I click on this, or I double click, and now as long as I hold down this mouse button, I can see the hero screen. But if I let go, then we exit. So that was the behavior there. So that was one bug. And then if I enter the hero screen through the castle that I showed you guys, then I can select a creature, but the screen immediately exits. If I do it again, select a different creature, the order swaps. So let me just double check that that was the case here. So I'm in here. And now I swap. Okay, well, it was still selected there. That's interesting. And let's go back in here and swap there. So see, we were able to swap it, but it wasn't holding the hero screen open. So basically something's causing the hero screen to exit. Please take a look at the current game main CPP. Check my changes to make sure they're correct and review what might be causing these mouse click bugs. So found the bugs. The hero screen exit is unconditionally firing, so it's missing. It's missing something here. And the hero screen closes on the locator double click, so the event flows through the hero screen handler before the next continue. So there was a missing brace around the exit block for the hero screen always closing. Something funny was going on with the mouse button down, mouse button up. It was supposedly related to bug 1. And then the castle screen split dialog. Okay, that was one more bug. Let's see if we can recreate that too here. So if let's say I build the blacksmith here, and let's mix our dragons, and let's do a castle split. But if I click over here, I can recruit pikemen suddenly. And so that the clicks are not being caught correctly here. And also this text is a little high. But that's kind of an interesting quirk, and I must have just been playing around to discover that. So that's the final bug here. This the check is placed after the dwelling hit test block, so when the split dialog is open, the dwelling clicks first. The guard needs to be moved up before the dwelling check. So made some of those changes, fixed the hero screen mouse up bug, and I think I was pretty happy with those results. Let's see what happened next. So this is the build with those corrected. So first of all, let's see, we can swap these creatures just fine. No issues. We go in here. We can recruit a guy, whatever. Let's split some creatures, and if I click up on the stick hut, that doesn't trigger anymore. And we can split, we can do this thing that we're not supposed to be able to do in the original game. Someone online has argued that this is actually like a balance of power thing, that you could suddenly populate your dragons, and now your dragons get like multiple attacks per round versus one single stack that you're allowed. And I could see that. I could see that. But you know, when you have paladins and they can do 2 attacks, you can suddenly do a lot more damage. You can also reduce the amount of. I mean, I guess it cuts both ways, because the retaliation is done by a lesser creature, like a lesser creature stack. So it's hard to say. You know, I think to be true to the original, we would ideally take that out. And I think I may end up just doing something where we have like a classic mode and a modern mode, and the modern mode would allow this. Let's see, clicking in here is fine. So I think we got that working, and then I just asked for some documentation. So that was actually all we needed to do for troop movement, and it actually went a lot faster and easier than I thought it would. I was expecting it to be trickier.